Hi everyone, this is Professor Benjamin and welcome. We are moving very quickly through this course. We're in week 6 of this course, which means we're almost halfway through the course. Actually, yeah, we're more than halfway through we're almost there, halfway through the course. So a couple things. Number one, last week, services and settlements, a lot of you did a great job. I liked to see your answers on primate cities and rank size rule, the difference between a primate city and a mega city. A lot of you answered that question properly, so that was great. I gave feedback on your project proposals. A lot of you just need to resubmit a project proposal to me with a new thesis that's a little bit more detailed, so I went through that with you in verbal feedback. I'm looking forward to those. A lot of you are going to have to spend a significant amount of time writing your draft and then actually taking it somewhere to have it looked at before you even submit the draft to me. Believe me, writing is something that's really tough for many of us, not all of us, but for many of us. So you're going to need to spend the time and plan ahead. So handing in your first draft to me is not going to be a night before thing. You're going to need to plan ahead a little bit so you can take it to a writing lab or have someone else proofread it before you submit it to me. The details for what I expect in the draft are in the draft module, so make sure that you have that read and you're up to snuff on that. I graded your urban patterns assignments. A lot of you did a great job. Some of you forgot specific parts of the project, of the paper, but overall you did a great job. I really enjoyed reading your take on the 3 examples of different types of terminology that we're using now: edge cities, technoburbs, decentralization, gentrification, because a lot of them actually deal with just our area right now. This entire area has a lot of those terminology being used in this specific area. So that was wonderful. This week we're covering political geography, and this is a huge topic right now. Number one with Brexit. So there's a lot of information on Brexit. The other thing is, the EU and what's considered part of the European Union and what are the specifications for being part of the EU. So that will be covered this week. Another huge thing that's being used is this Supreme Court is about to hear a case on gerrymandering, which is unbelievable that this is going on right now and ties specifically to this course. So there was tons of news out this week on Pennsylvania as being a major issue with gerrymandering, one of the major states that uses gerrymandering in not a great way. They use race. They look at specific regions that have specific races, and then they build these blocks for their constituents in these areas, so then they can then vote for a specific individual. And you could see those gerrymandering lines it's unbelievable. So this week you have an initial post due by Tuesday, response post due by Friday, a quiz by Sunday, and you have your third paper due. Now I know this seems like, oh my gosh, every week we have something due, and the reason is because I front end my courses because I want to give you time at the end to work on the drafts and your paper. So I try and get all the assignments out in the beginning of the semester as much as I possibly can. So this will be your last technically huge not writing, but a big part of writing assignment due. The next assignment for religion is more about making a PowerPoint presentation on a religion that you're not familiar with. So that's a little less of the writing intensive. And so this week you actually have an assignment due specifically on gerrymandering, which I think is wonderful because we're in the middle of this this time period where we're dealing with gerrymandering. And so you have due your assignment. If I can open it, my internet is really slow. So here is the objective is for you to understand what gerrymandering is and how the redrawing of legislative boundaries can be used to benefit party power. So it is another multi-part assignment. So number one, you're going to read about geography in your text and of course all the gerrymandering stuff that's out there. There's tons of stuff on gerrymandering. And then you're going to actually use this website and actually do the redistricting game on this website, which is a fantastic tool. So they tell you what you want and then you redraw the boundaries to meet your constituents. And then you're going to answer some questions. So here is number one. What are the three most fundamental concepts? A lot of this comes from the game, so you want to make sure that you do that. Partisan gerrymandering, here are all examples. You're going to research this, which using the game, all of this is answered in that game mostly. So you want to use that. And then you have part 3, explain this. And then part 4, this deals with, just these are basic answers. All up to number 12 are basic kind of answers, like maybe 2 or 3 sentence answers. Some of them aren't even that. They're just like 1 word or 2 word answers, complete sentence to answer the question. Right here is a mini essay. So I want you to answer this question in a mini essay form. So I mean like 200 to 300 words, almost like an initial post or a response post. What is the impact of redistricting and gerrymandering on your government, and how do restricting and gerrymandering impact your rights as citizens and voters? And how can the problem of redistricting be addressed? I should put a little question mark there. So you want to answer these questions based upon what your research has shown. So most of the other individual questions deal with the game gerrymandering, and they're just basic answers. This is more of an essay type answer. So overall, your paper should make sure that it answers all of those specifications. I apologize, but for some reason my internet is like not working very well. I have no idea what is going on. So just make sure that you answer all the questions. You answer them in complete sentences, and you answer them, in detail, so that I know exactly what you're talking about, okay? And again, this assignment's worth 100 points, so I'll grade you using the rubric. But overall, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I am looking forward to your first drafts. A lot of your topics are amazing. So here's the other thing. I've been working with the librarian at CCP, Nikki Karam, who is, like, by the way, the most fantastic librarian I've ever met. And so if you ever have a chance, stop in the library. And even if Nikki is not there, there are other librarians there to help you, and they're aware of our project. So don't just say, oh, is Nikki there? And if she's not there, just walk away. No, all of the other librarians there can help you with your project. But we set up that wonderful LibGuides page for you that has awesome videos. It has wonderful, all of the books that we have available at the library, some database articles. We will continue to add to that LibGuides page throughout the semester. Everything's not filled in yet, but as we go through the semester, more stuff will be added, so it's more stuff you can use in your papers. And I sent out that link under the announcements earlier this week, and you'll see that link under the announcements page that'll take you right to that LibGuides. But there is some stuff on gerrymandering in there as well. So I hope you enjoy that. We've worked hard. I know it doesn't look like that, but we've worked really hard to come together with all these resources and TED Talks and short videos and all this kind of stuff to incorporate in there. We realize we do have wonderful resources at the college in terms of books. If there is something specific you would like, please let the librarians know, and they'll be more than happy to order it for you, or even put it on the list of books to buy. So make sure that you interact with the librarian, Nikki. She's fantastic. Okay, so have a wonderful week. If you need anything else from me, let me know. I look forward to your political geography assignments, especially during this time, which is amazing that the Supreme Court is going to hear a case on gerrymandering, and we're working on gerrymandering. A lot of times this doesn't happen, but in this course, everything we cover this semester seems to be everything that is going on politically in our world today. So here was the announcement, and that's the LibGuides. If you click on there, the link is in there for the LibGuides. Okay, so have a fantastic week. Reach out if you need anything, and I look forward to your initial post response, post your quiz, and your assignment due this week.